Hi, my name is John Barker. I'm standing in front of my 379 1997 Peterbilt with a 1997 Streamliner Deluxe horse trailer. We're here at Shell Rotella Super Rigs in Ravine, Virginia, just enjoying all the nice trucks and hanging out. Well, my dad bought this truck probably about 20 years ago, and it's been a process ever since. We've been constantly wrenching, adding, taking stuff off, putting new stuff on. This is actually the second paint job that it's had in that 20-some years that that it's there. The trailer actually came. We did not buy that new. They are custom one-offs. We've got it. We're the second owners of it. Branson Body Works out of Bristol, Virginia. They are no longer in business, so we actually bought all their stuff out, and we can work and restore on them. So that's kind of what we do. It's tough, sometimes the horses will tear it up just as fast as we can fix it, but we try to stay on top of everything. The oak paneling inside, we keep it varnished. If they start kicking and messing it up, we'll sand it down and revarnish it just so no water or anything gets in there. It's a constant project, that's for sure. Well, when people ask me, you hear that old phrase, were you raised in a barn? And I can actually say yes, I was born into this. My father's had a long history in horsemanship and horses. Since he was about 13, he was into the horses, riding horses, and as soon as he could drive himself around, he was hauling his own horses. He had an old Mack he likes to tell stories about with the wooden floorboard that catch on fire all the time. It's fun. I started out basically riding in his '83 Freightliner cab over with a trailer very similar to this one. So it's really all I've ever known. We're not a commercial outfit. We haul our own private horses and our clients' horses. Pretty much the horse shows all up and down the East Coast. We spend Florida in the winter, so we make the run from Virginia down to Florida. Spend the 3-4 months down there and just kind of hang out and enjoy the warm weather. Then otherwise we just load it up with horses and ride to whatever next town we need to go to. I have not been to a Super Rigs before. It's something I've always wanted to do, and then obviously, this is right in our backyard, so there was no way we were going to miss this one. As you've seen the calendars, floating around forever, so it's always kind of a dream to actually be able to make it and get into the calendar. So we'd be tickled to death if we could actually pull that off.
Second place in the limited mileage category. This goes to a 1997 Peterbilt 379 and 1997 Streamliner Deluxe for horses. Truck number 8, John T. Baker III. Those horses travel better than I do. I'll be thinking about that when I'm flying home with Coach.
Well, I think this truck is classified as a super rig because it's still it's a working truck. You know, we're not over the road by any means. It doesn't work every day, but we still work this truck. You know, we load 10 horses on it pretty much weekly or bi-weekly, and it still works. It looks good, and you know, that's what makes it a super rig, I think. You know, everyday guys that just like to look cool and show off a little bit. We've got a Valley Chrome bumper that's, again, that thing's probably 20 years old. It was, you know, custom cut with our 8 Oaks logo in it. It's held up really well. We run Dynaflex stacks, which we just got new stacks right before Matt's. We run Dynaflex because we had the stacks prior to that were, I think, 15 years old with no problems. You know, we run mostly Grody lights if we can. You know, that's just kind of our thing. Those just well-known lights and work really well. Been trying to switch out actually to Optronics. They seem like a good next level light that we've been using, so we're really happy with all that stuff, and we're kind of phasing out and adding new lights. You know, like I said, the truck's been set up like this for almost 20 years, so some of it, lights and things, are actually 20 years old. So, you know, we've gotten a good run out of most of it, so we're slowly trying to recycle and get into new stuff. The inside we've got pretty much fully customized except for the sleeper. The sleeper's pretty much just stock. We've got custom embroidered seats in our colors, green and blue, wood grain floor, and just chrome and stainless everywhere we can put it in there. It is a stock 3406 E model. Nothing done, just, you know, paint, powder coat stuff, so just dress up. It's got enough power, it'll get you in trouble as it is. I don't need any more help with that.
Well, John, we have found ourselves out here on the highway, well, on a scenic route here near Lexington, Virginia, not very far from where Super Rigs is being held. But looking at your truck, stroll down the road here, it's a beautiful thing. What are some of the favorite things that people say that they love about your truck?
You know, we get a lot of comments about this trailer. You know, it's a horse wagon, but it's just, you know, it's not like any other horse wagon you see out on the road. So, you know, you get a lot of comments about it looking like an old bus, and, you know, people thinking it's a camper and things like that. But, you know, we still stuff 10 horses in here and haul them up and down the highway.
And as far as the favorites, what are people saying?
You know, I think most people just like the way it's got that old school look to it. It just looks old school. It's got that old school feel to it.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I take, and that's what I think when I have a look at it. The first time I've ever seen it, it was one of those wow moments.
Well, coming from a man such as yourself, Chris, that means an awful lot to us. I mean, we put a lot of hard work into this thing, keeping it clean and keeping it nice. You know, it's all oak inside, so it's a lot of work trying to, you know, fight the horses tearing it up. They can tear it up just as fast as we can fix it.
Yeah, copy that. I'll throw some more questions at you once we get on the other side here.
All right.
So, John, I got a question for you in regards to hauling the horses. You know, that freight is a bit different. I don't know if you want to even call it freight, but correct me. What is it like to haul horses? You getting them loaded, you know, on the highway or in transit, and delivering. What is that like?
Well, you know, lucky for me, I love to work with the horses. I don't really ride or anything, but I do like to work with them. You know, it's all I've really ever known. It can be really fun, and it's just like anything else. It can be really unenjoyable. So, you know, it's got its ups and its downs like any other job. We actually made a run out to Calgary with a buddy of mine, and on the way back picked up a horse that had never been on a big truck before, so it wouldn't load. We had to back their trailer up to the side ramp of the trailer we were driving and back the horse on, actually, because it would not go on the trailer. So, you know, you're working with live animals. Sometimes they decide they don't want to do it. They're not going to do it.
So you better bring your patience with you there, huh?
That's a big 10-4 there. Yeah, you definitely got to have patience. You know, it's not like some of these, you get into the cattle hauling where, you know, they lead. You get a lead bull or lead heifer there that'll kind of, you know, the whole group will follow them. You know, you deal with a lot of horses that have a lot of strong minds, so you can run into some that just won't do it. Sometimes you got to break out the old oak stick and give them a little push.
Roger that on the oak stick there.
And you know, with hauling horses, it's a little bit, I guess, say not as risky as some of those cattle trailers where, you know, you've got a whole herd in there that's loose. So, you know, our horses go in stalls, so there's not really as much chance of a load shift. So, you know, it's just, you know, it's a little bit easier in some aspects and a little bit harder in the others, you know. We also, you know, we have to stop about every 4 hours or so, make sure they've got water. We hang water buckets in here so they have water. We hang hay nets so they have hay. They can munch and drink all they need.
So they're on a big field trip then.
Yeah, you could say that. And, you know, some of them, they're pretty smart animals. They see the big truck coming, they know they're either going home or going to an event. Some of them really enjoy it, and they can get pretty excited about getting ready to roll out.
Here, roger that. Our left turn will be coming up here pretty soon. I think you might know that, though.
All right, Chris. Hey, man, I really appreciate it. It's a dream come true getting to do this, man. I really, I like all your work. You do good work. I appreciate the opportunity.
Absolutely, and this is a little abbreviated, so, you know, like I said, I'd love to be able to do something where I can tag along with you actually going to load, you know, horses and whatnot, and really make it something enjoyable.
Yeah, well, we'll stay in touch, and we'll plan on doing that.
Yes, sir. I'll see you back there at the show.